Hey everyone, Cardlin here to do another Q&A video because we hit a whopping 8,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for being here, for listening, for subscribing, and for helping me make this dream grow bit by little bit. Every 1,000 subscribers I answer some questions submitted by all of you out there as a way to reach out to my community that I love so much, and at the same time reveal a bit more about myself. Before we begin, I want to say, if you've submitted a question that I didn't answer, it's probably because I've answered it before, or the question is maybe just a bit too much. Also, I add script ideas to the list, so if you've submitted one of those, then it probably won't get mentioned here. As always, you can ask me a question of your own or submit a script or script idea using the links in the description below. Now then, without further ado, let's jump right into these questions. And just because these ones get asked all the time, let me start off by saying, no, my real name isn't Cardlin. Yes, I do have a girlfriend. Yes, she knows about these videos, and they're actually how we met. I'm 32 years old, and yes, I am Filipino. Also, I started doing these audios and videos because I found them on Reddit, where there are tons more audio creators like me, and much better ones at that, on Pillow Talk Audio and Gone Wild Audio. And I decided to try and give back to the community. And right before I jump in, I want to warn y'all that this allergy season has been hitting me pretty hard, so please forgive my sniffles. Also, I read every comment you leave, so every first like you see in your YouTube comments, that's me. So thank you for participating in the community. Alright, let's jump into these questions. Question number 1. Anonymous asks, how did you discover DDLG? I don't know that I've ever been formally introduced. Just, what I'd see on some audio fetish sites as tags for their audios. Question number 2. Anonymous asks, Apple or Android? Android all the way, mainly because their platform is a lot more free and open to content of all types. Question number 3. Queen Bay or Queen Bee, I can't tell. Queen Bay asks, do you like Macklemore and Ryan Lewis? Have you heard the new song White Privilege 2? I just listened to it now before recording, actually, and because you mentioned it, and it has a beautiful message, though it's a little scattered. It seems more like a production and a campaign than a song with a story, I feel like he did a better song of conveying the message in his song Same Love, one of my favorites of his. Question number 4. B asks, do you like Broadway? If so, what is your favorite show? I do. I haven't seen many plays on stage, other than the performance theater I used to work for, but I love musicals. Some of my favorites are The Book of Mormon, Rent, Sweeney Todd, and I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. Question number 5, Anonymous asks, try saying tee-hee in a deep voice. Okay. Tee-hee. Is that good? Question number 6. Joy asks, do you like slam poetry / spoken word? I do sometimes. I don't really follow the scene, but I love some of the pieces that I've heard or watched before, especially the ones by Shane Koyczan. Koyczan? Am I saying that right? Shane Koyczan. That guy knows how to start the waterworks. Question number 7. Anonymous asks, do you watch romantic movies? What's your favorite? I do. My favorite of all time is probably going to be Love Actually. The Moulin Rouge and Romeo and Juliet are up there too. Question number 8. Kay asks, hello you. Hi. I notice you don't label your videos as ASMR anymore. I was just wondering why. I suppose they aren't strictly, but that's how I discovered you, and I'm so glad I did. I received some complaints about misusing the label, and how I wasn't really doing ASMR work. So now I label them as audio dramas or boyfriend experience audios. But yeah, thanks for finding me. Question number 9. CL asks, have you ever watched Black Butler? I can't say that I have, though everyone was screaming about it after the recent Butler script I did. Thanks to the writer, Be Vulnerable, by the way. Question number 10. Anissa asked, what's your go-to artist or band to listen to? It really depends on the mood, but I find myself gravitating to Childish Gambino, Ben Folds, and Regina Spektor a lot. Question number 11. Mia asks, how do you know when a relationship should end? There are a lot of different answers to this, and every relationship is different, you know? I think it's more important to know that something doesn't have to last to be beautiful. Most of the amazing things in life aren't permanent, you know? There's as much grace in letting something good end when it needs to, as there is in keeping something alive, even when it gets a little weak. Question number 12. Arleanne asks, in a lot of your audios, and a lot of other ones I've listened to, the significant other always seems to have an office job. Why do you think this is? I guess it's just my go-to assumption, as they're most of what I've worked in the past. But I mean, they're not always in offices, right? Like at the girl at the coffee shop, or the girl in the comic book store. I'll try and keep it more varied or vague in the future, though. Question number 13. Passant asks, what's your fave video game? If you play video games. I definitely do play video games, Passant. Honestly, I'd say games are my life. My favorite of all time? It's a toss-up. Journey, Bastion, or Kingdom Hearts. Question number 14. Elle asks, hey Cardi, if you could change one thing... Oh, hey by the way. If you could change one thing about sex for both or either gender, what would it be? Kind of implying that there's only two genders, which I understand is not right to do anymore. But what I would do, I'd make orgasms easy to achieve for all genders, and I would make all genders able to go sterile at will. Also, I'd get rid of STDs, because those are pretty fucked up. Question number 15. Elle, again, asks, have you ever suffered from a mental illness, like depression or anxiety? If so, how did you overcome it? Undiagnosed, probably. Honestly, I don't think they ever truly go away. You just learn how to cope with them better. They're a part of you, and once you make peace with them and learn that you're in control of them and not the other way around, you can get your life back in order. Good luck, though. Help is out there, and I promise you, it was something I learned that was very important. No matter how bleak it seems, someone cares. Promise you. Question number 16 from Noella. Heyo! I was wondering, how many languages can you actually speak? I've seen you can talk Portuguese on Tumblr, and you subscribe to a Russian vlogger. I'd say I can speak English 100%, Tagalog or Filipino 60%, and Spanish about 10%. The rest of what you've seen is all just through the use of Google Translate. Question number 17. Gintare. I don't know. Hey, it would be really cool if you could say labas. That means hi in Lithuanian. Sure. Labas. Hopefully I said that right. Labas? Labas. Question number 18. Jasmine asks, do you play League of Legends? If yes, what are your thoughts on it? I did for a little while. I stopped because I'm not really competitive. I don't like the runes or glyphs system, and MOBAs in general just aren't really my thing. Also, I really hate toxic communities. I play games to have fun, you know, not to get some angsty ragers yelling at me. Question number 19. Stardust Girl asks, hi Cardlin. Hi. I really love what you do and think your voice is sexy, haha. Thank you. And I want to ask, can you say this sentence from Hunger Games? It's in Finnish. Okay, so I practiced this one. Katniss. Vyöhykkeitä katsikoista ei aina ole. I hope I said that right. And I'll try it again. Katniss. Vyöhykkeitä katsikoista ei enää ole. And I think it means Katniss, District 12 is no more, or something. Question, I've never actually seen them. Question number 20. Anonymous asks, do you think in real life you act like any of your audio characters more than others, or do they all have pieces of the real you in them? I think I have pieces of each of them in me, and vice versa too, you know? I think these characters, these shades of Cardlin, if you will, are all so perfect and idealized. And no one is that perfect all the time, you know? It'd be exhausting. They're more like goals I aspire to be, but never intend to fully achieve. Yeah. Question 21. Sarah asks, Hi. Odd request, but could you rap? Or at least attempt to? Okay. Let's give this a shot. I'm gonna put in here, I'll stitch in a little piece of a recording I did with my girlfriend in the past. Let me know what y'all think. When I was in the 3rd grade, I thought that I was gay, cause I could draw how my uncle was and I kept my room straight. I told my mom, tears rushing down my face, she's like, "You love girls since before pre-K, shrimpin'." Yeah, I guess she had a point, didn't she? Bunch of stereotypes, all in my head. I remember doing the math like, yeah, I'm good at Little League. A preconceived idea of what it all meant. Those that like the same sex had the characteristics. The right-wing conservatives think it's a decision, and you can be cured with some treatment and religion. Man-made rewiring of a predisposition, playing God. Oh, now here we go. America the brave still fears what we don't know, and God loves all his children, somehow forgotten. But we paraphrase a book written 3,500 years ago. And we're back. Did I do well? Please let me know. Actually, probably don't let me know, because I probably didn't do well. Question 22. Anonymous asks, what's your weirdest fantasy? That really depends on what you mean by fantasy. I think there are fantasies that are sexy, but that you'd never really want to do in real life, and then fantasies that you actually want to make real. As for something weird that I would actually want to do in real life, I don't know. Cosplay? Maybe pet play? I don't know, pet play thing? Like pretending you're a pet? Or that they're a pet? Is that weird? That's pretty weird. Okay, let's move on before I blush myself out of wanting to do the rest of this. Question number 23. Anonymous asks, any life update that you want to share with us? Sure. Work's been getting pretty demanding, but I have a very, very awesome summer lined up, based on some people who are flying over to spend it with me. Family and loved ones, you know? So I'm saving up for that and trying to put in the hustle at work. Question number 24. Anonymous asks, what do you think is the most common misconception women have about men when it comes to relationships? Probably that any one rule applies to all men, or all women, or all people of any one type. Thinking that there are hard and fast rules that you can apply to all people is what usually starts fights. Question number 25. Marie M. asks, what is your ideal audience? I know your work is directed to everybody, but I can tell a couple aim for older viewers. My ideal audience is not really so much a demographic based on age or gender, but more like lonely people, you know? People who need love because they're not getting it elsewhere. People who need an escape, a safe place where they can be themselves and just be loved and appreciated. I mean, who doesn't need that, right? Question number 26. Halfway there. Anonymous asks, what was your favorite subject when you were in school? English, by far. I liked writing, I liked speeches, I liked little plays and whatnot. I liked English. I'm not too good at it anymore, but I liked English a lot. Question 27. Anonymous asks, when you achieve your goal, will there be too many cardigans in the community? There's no such thing as too many cardigans. My lovely cardigans. Question number 28. Marie M. asks again, has anybody come up to you because they recognize your voice before? No. I'm definitely not that big. Based on who people think I sound like and how I actually sound, I think I'll be safe from that for a while. To be honest, I think people tend to kind of project my voice onto other people, if you know what I mean. So I think I'll be alright. Hopefully. Question number 29. Marie M. asks again, do you often visit the Philippines? If not, do you miss it or prefer it more than California? I haven't been back since 2000 actually, which is a bummer. I miss it, but I do think I belong here in California. the Bay Area specifically has always been home. Question number 30. Anonymous asks, what do you think of The Walking Dead? I dropped off when the only person I liked who was left was Glenn. I couldn't stand watching a show where everyone was stupid, making stupid decisions and getting messed up in the process. It was too painful. I already get that from watching Game of Thrones, you know. I can only do one of those at a time. Question number 31. Anonymous asks, if you had 5 wishes, what would they be? And no cheating. Okay. Let's see. A winning lottery ticket. All police having to wear cameras all the time. Bernie Sanders winning the next election. A good, fair, and healthy solution to homelessness. And an end to human trafficking. How about that? Start with that. Question number 32. Anonymous asks, are you fond of theme parks? What's your favorite thrill ride? I love theme parks. Space Mountain is by far my favorite ride in Disneyland. It's such a trip for all of the right reasons. Question number 33. Jemigrams asks, you've mentioned about smoking weed in your Valentine's Day audios. Dun dun dun. My question is, have you tried smoking weed in real life? And if yes, did you or did you not like it? Alright, a little bit of truth here, just because it's something I personally believe in. I've smoked weed for years, though for the last few years it's been something I only do about once or twice a month when I'm hanging out with friends. I like it, and I definitely think that when done in proper measurement, where you have control of it, wherein you don't let it impede with the rest of your life, that it could be a lot of fun. Treat it like a responsible person would treat drinking, and it's a good time. A good, healthy, safe time. Question number 34. Adam Rates Your Music asks, would you rather slaughter and eat a sheep raw, yikes, or be locked in a room with a serial killer? I don't know if it's just because I have some very close vegetarian and vegan friends, but this question seems like a would you rather be the sheep or the slaughterer kind of question. If so, and it came down to it, I'd rather be the slaughterer, because the slaughterer lives, right? Question number 35. Alley Kitty asks, have you ever watched a show called Friends? Yeah, religiously at one point. I love Friends. Joey doesn't share food. Question number 36. Ghosts and Game Boys asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, how squishy are you? So I referred to my girlfriend on this one as I didn't think I'd be a fair judge. And she said, and I quote, 2,000 maybe? Thanks, babe. Question 37. The Choco Tiger asks, I was wondering what video games you like to play, or which ones you play most often. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch, because I got in the beta, woo! Hyper Light Drifter, Geometry Dash, and The Division. Also, my girlfriend and I play a lot of Orcs Must Die 2, like addicts. We've 5-skulled just about everything in that game. Question 38, Ghosts and Game Boys asks again, how would you feel if someone were to call you Papa Bear? Probably a little tingly in all the right ways. Question number 39, Phantom Runaway asks, have you listened to Hamilton? Not yet. I get asked this one a lot. Not yet, but I've been meaning to. I hear it's really good. And somebody asked that I help sing a song from Hamilton. They said that I'd play a good Hamilton. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I want to give it a shot at some point. Question number 40. NDB123 asks, I was wondering which actor who portrayed Hulk in the movies is your favorite? Eric Bana, Edward Norton, or Mark Ruffalo? Well, so far, to be honest, none of them have gotten it really right. Like, for instance, and this is the biggest part, Bruce needs glasses to see. Like, Bruce wears glasses. Out of all of them, I think Mark Ruffalo's gotten pretty close, I suppose. Question number 41. Shezabach and Poe asks, do you watch Sherlock? I do. Moriarty is one of my favorite villains of all time. He's freaking awesome. And Bandy Blang Cumberbang is pretty good too. As is Bilbo. He does a great job. Question number 42. Infinite Ish asks, I wonder why it is that I don't argue like this with anyone but you. which is really weird since we do it all the time, blowing out my mind. Baby doll. Question 43. Beards Made from Weave asks, what's the longest you've been without sleep? In one go? I think 60 hours once. It was not a fun experience. I felt my brain coming undone, my thoughts going unfinished, and my sentences unraveling halfway through making them. I would not recommend it. Question 44. Chibi Art Guardian asks, are you ticklish? Yes. It's totally my weakness, and it's super duper duper not fair. Question number 45. 69 Nikki 69 asks, if money and career were no object, where in the world would you choose to live? With my family, wherever they are, and most of them are here, so I'd probably stay here. It's a pretty nice place to be, especially if money were no object. Question number 46. Angelic Warrior asks, when's your next collab with Jack? I don't know, actually. That last one we did was more of a spur of the moment kind of thing. I'm open to it, though. I think we're just both kind of waiting for a good idea, you know? Question number 47. Maria Zoe Bell asks, what's your favorite Filipino street food? Definitely tok neneng. It's also known as kwek kwek. And what it is a hard-boiled quail egg that's been peeled and then dipped in batter, and then this guy deep fries it in a big wok, and you come over, you grab a barbecue stick, and you stab a few, and you eat it kind of like barbecue, I guess, but eggs. You pay him the equivalent of a few cents each one, and then dip it in either the spicy sauce or the syrupy sweet sauce. It sounds weird, but trust me, it's heaven. Question number 48. Jaden asks, does your loved one ever give you an idea for a script? She does, both intentionally and unintentionally. Oftentimes I'll throw little pieces of our relationship into my scripts. I'll write scripts based off of things that have happened to us or things that we've done. Other times, she'll write scripts for me, or I'll do scripts based off of audio she's done in the past. Question number 49. Sodacan Sean asks, does your roomie listen, or is she there when you record your audios, or do you only record when your roomie is out? Neither, I think. I think I soundproof the room decently enough that she doesn't hear it when I do record, even when she's awake. I doubt she listens in, though. It doesn't seem like her kind of thing. Question number 50. Ms. Jelly asks, and this is the final question, and it's a doozy. What have you learned about yourself since you started recording? Oof, that's a heavy one. But I really love this question so much. I really love questions that really make me think like this. I've learned that I have a lot more follow-through than I thought I did. In the past, I've picked up projects and ideas, and I usually drop them. Of all of my endeavors and dreams, this is the first one I've really stuck with. Honestly, it's kind of empowering to know that I can really do something by just dig in my heels and stick to it. I've always been a dreamer, but this is probably the first time I'm seeing one of my dreams through, and I owe a lot of that to all of you. And that brings us to the end. Another 1,000 subscribers in, bringing us that much closer to breaking 5 digits. And here I thought I'd be lucky to ever hit 3 digits in the first place. Alright then, announcements. Let's get to them. First things first, in my videos lately I've been doing a lot of polls. So if you see that white eye in the corner, you can click it and you'll see a poll, and usually the poll is something along the lines of, what kind of video do you want to see next? A happy one, a romantic one, a cute one, a cuddly one, an erotic one. And it's been a pretty good guide of how I should be metering out my audios. As a lot of you may have seen, I've changed around my Patreon and how that works. I won't go into too much detail about it here, as I have a whole other video about just that. But now hitting different goals will help me free up more time to do things like open up a separate channel for gaming, or live streams with all of you, or recording an audiobook, even getting back to 3 uploads a week like I used to. Should be fun times. Next up, I'm still doing commissions, by the way, as it stands. I've got 3 tiers of commissions. It's $5 for a short 1-minute audio for things like alarms, ringtones, notifications, and the like. $15 gets you a 3-minute audio for things like reminders, speeches, motivational pick-me-ups, things like that. And if you want a fully scripted audio like the ones I do on my channel, they're $50 each, and those are about 10 minutes or so each. What else? More than normal recently, I've been considering the growing possibility of this YouTube thing becoming an actual career. I always assumed that it would be fun, if weird. It's a side hobby at best, but as we continue to grow, I find myself toying around with ideas of how to make this become a full-time gig. I even plan on telling my friends and family about it when I hit 10k subscribers, which will be exciting and interesting, because I figure at that point it'd be kind of hard to keep hidden. Eep. Enough of that nerve-wracking stuff. Let's get to showing some appreciation. I want to throw some big thanks around this time to my Patreon family for all of their patience and support while I've been changing things up and making things more manageable. They've been truly loving and inspirational during this really tough time, and they really helped me keep going. With that having been said, let me give a big thanks to Cami N, Jasmine C, Jessica F, Andrea M, Rybread, Destiny E, Liliana M, Jasmine M, Courtney H, Rebecca T, Carly, Ariel V, Beth F, Rhiannon T, Maria S, Alyssa G, Andrea T, Kayla B, Misty Bell, Hannah N, Taylor, Sydney N, Malia W, Lisa, Rebecca M, Jennifer M, Jessie Z, Shay B, Barbara, and Katrina J. And of course, a big thanks to all the rest of you too. To everyone who sends me those messages, to everyone who likes these videos, to everyone who tells their friends about my videos, to everyone who comments, to everyone who just watches and never interacts. Thank you to all of you. Everyone helps in their own way, and you are all, every last one of you, helping me realize my potential and my dreams, and frankly, it's kind of terrifying, but also kind of amazing. I'm in an amazing place, and I would never have made it here without a lot of you, so thank you. And here we find ourselves at the end of another one of our Q&A videos. I think we're finding a good and steady groove to our cadence here. What do y'all think? It's slowed down a bit since we started. I don't do 3 videos a week anymore, but the audios are a lot steadier, the work a lot more reliable, and I find myself at a kind of pattern and rhythm that I can actually maintain alongside my job and my personal life. Thank you all so much for your continued patience. Like recently when I had to miss those last 2 upload days. I can't promise things like that will never happen again because, sometimes I get sick. But I want to assure you all that I'm making strides to ensure that I'll always have new content for you all to listen to and hopefully gain something from me. And, while we're at it, let me just jump off the script here for a second. Let's remember why we're here, The main reason behind these audios is to help people. People that need it, people that need a pick-me-up, people that need a reminder that they're loved and they're beautiful and that life is great and there's things to look forward to and that not everyone's a jerk and that there's hope and you can set your mind to something, and if you don't have somebody there for you, I can be the person for now, but there's people out there and they care and they love and they're kind, and you just gotta find them sometimes, Let me say in closing, I love you guys and gals and everything in between. You all inspire and move me. You keep me moving, and your constant love and guidance are helping me to become someone I've always wanted to be. Thank you all for everything, truly and wholly. I'll see you all in the next one, and until then, cheers.